Hey everybody, Edgy Tim here. Hi, happy summer. Yeah, it's been a little while, so we'll fill you in on some of the happenings. You're going through some of the happenings right now as I'm recording this on Tuesday afternoon at about 2:15. Number one, I'm missing a tooth. This might sound a little weird and look a little weird. Well, I always look a little weird, but a little weirder than usual. Little accident we'll get into, not a big deal, everything's good. But in the process of getting this fixed, oh yeah, by the way, in the process of moving my site and my entire life and livelihood to On3. So that's been interesting. So we're in the process of doing that now and merging everything, which by all means, if you're an Edgy subscriber, thank you. If you're an Edgy detractor, thank you. Please be patient. This is a tremendously huge ordeal. So give everyone an On3 and again, just please be patient. It could take a little while. It's a lot of information. It's a gigantic network to merge over. My history with this group is pretty vast. It goes back a long way. This is the group led by Shannon Terry that took the original Rivals, recaptured it, made it great again. Then we went to Yahoo. They went their own way. So basically, this is the original group that I'd worked for quite a bit of time. Fortunately, some of the same names that started there than when I started there are still there. So it's very cool. It really is like a going home again feeling. We'll get into more of that a little bit down the road and talk a little bit more specifics of what it means to you, what the move is going to mean to me. And there's a lot of things going on. But today I want to talk about J.C. Anderson, a young man out of Mount Zion, Illinois, 4-star ranked tight end, one of the top ranked tight ends nationally, myrivals.com. Had a chance to see J.C., I believe, if the summer of his sophomore year, and gotten to know him since then. Have seen him various camps, team 7-on-7s, that kind of stuff. Never saw him live, and darn it, really wanted to, and just never really got to it. I'll take that back. Did see him very late in the playoffs last year, but again, would have liked to have seen him more live than not, but got a pretty good feel for him. So again, had nailed down his final group of schools. I know Illinois was there. I know Auburn was there. Ole Miss, obviously, he decided to commit to Ole Miss. Surprise? No, not really. And I'll be honest, there was a lot of hype and a lot of smoke behind JC, as well as Max Sutter from Dunlap. Two great young men, two highly sought after, highly ranked tight ends from the state of Illinois. I honestly never saw either one staying home. And again, maybe you can call me, I don't know, hater, biased, whatever. I just saw both of those kids, the kind of attention that they drew, national scope. I would have been very surprised if either one of them would have wound up staying in Illinois. It would have been great for the Illini, let's face it. Illinois, even without the two big tight end names, still have a pretty damn good recruiting class for Brett Belima. So again, not shocked to see J.C. Anderson go to Ole Miss. Again, he mentioned in his decision, Greg Smith, our guy, has a story on it. SEC, game day atmosphere, all the things that surround those programs. Really, really hard to compete with that in the Big Ten. Now, okay, if you're Michigan, if you're Ohio State, yeah, to some extent you can. But then other than that, it's a big difference. And again, just very hard. I'm sure NIL and money had to play a factor in that as well. I know a couple of those schools have been throwing out a lot of NIL money in particular with this class. So again, good for JC, good for him and his family, and to fit at Ole Miss. And one thing we talk about when it comes down to these decisions, never say never because of, again, transfer portal and everything else. I hope for JC's point he stays at Ole Miss and finishes there and then goes on to the NFL. Odds are that might not always be the case, and paths can change and things can happen. And I wouldn't be shocked to see a few of these kids fall back and end up in Illinois. So we'll see. So what is Ole Miss getting in J.C. Anderson? They are getting a terrific athlete, big kid, athletic kid, really good length, really good hands. Again, just kind of did everything, played defensive end as well from Mount Zion, besides receiver / tight end. Again, big target, 6'6", from what I remember, maybe even closer to 6'7". We talked about his length, very good hands, very good ball skills, runs better than I think I originally thought from him. And I got an eyeball in the summer watching him in 7-on-7 and watching him run routes. Gonna get bigger, gonna get stronger. Again, he's going to be a typical NFL sized and built tight end in a year or two at Ole Miss. And again, JC, big time basketball player as well, one of the top players in the state of Illinois. Led his team multiple victories and what have you from the basketball side. And again, a lot of those basketball traits absolutely transfer over to the football side as well. So again, just a multi-talented athlete. The point that I'm trying to make with this is once JC is locked in strictly in the football, which I'm sure will happen once he's done with his high school career, you're going to see a big physical transformation. I don't think there's any doubt. See him locked into the weight room full-time, locked into a nutrition program full-time. He's going to get bigger. He's going to get stronger, and he's going to go from maybe being 220, 225 to 250, 260 pretty quick. Again, great young man, personality-wise, great family, very supportive family. Again, type of kid you want on your roster. And it's just can't even put it much better than that, honestly. Definite plus in the locker room, great personality, as I mentioned, just real outgoing kid, well-spoken, great to interview, always has something to say, just thoughtful answers. And again, just love dealing with him. And again, Ole Miss is getting a good one. We talked about the impact. I might do a separate video on this, talk about the impact with Illinois. Again, it's you try to get as much information you can. Sometimes it's hard. Sometimes you get a lot of local talk, especially obviously living in the state of Illinois. You're going to get a more Illinois biased stories coming out of various sources, various leans. I like to think some of our guys on our network are pretty good about keeping things down the middle and not being too favoritism for anyone. I try not to be that way at all. But it happens. But again, it's isn't it a loss for Illinois? Yeah, there's no way around it. You're not going to deny it. And again, I think one of the storylines that will come out of this is why is Illinois having trouble landing and maintaining, keeping top 5 kids? You can make an argument for Nasir Rankin. I definitely would listen to that as a top 5 kid. And again, not bad on Illinois at all. It's a very good recruiting class, even without J.C. Anderson and Max Sutter are still very good. Still a couple of names out there that might be able to land. But yeah, you wanted to see. We've read for a long time how big a priority these 2 tight ends were, and come away with none. It's a disappointment. You have to be honest. If you're an Illinois fan, you have to be honest. It's a disappointment. Is it going to change things? No. Brett Bielema and his staff, again, doing a terrific job. Projected to have a very good year again this year. A lot of returning starters. If anyone had a chance to see Illinois last year, you saw a program that made some serious strides, some real positives last season. Hopefully for the Fighting Illini, that continues to this year. And if you look at the rosters and the preseason stuff, definitely pointing that way. So again, would have loved to see J.C. Anderson in Illinois orange and blue, along with Max Sutter. Who knows? Before they sign, you never know. Some strange things could happen. You could see a kid flip. So never say never. Learned that a long time ago. But yeah, impact for Illinois. Yeah, no doubt. But they'll be okay. I definitely feel that way. I think if I'm Illinois, and really all the schools involved, I think I would like to have, and knowing JC like I do in his family, I think he would be very, very honest and very straightforward about where did we fall short? Why? What was the difference maker? What changed things? And I'm going to have those conversations eventually with a few of these guys as well and ask them, hey, why not Illinois? What did Illinois do or maybe not do or not offer that kept them out of the top 5? And if I'm the Fighting Illini, I'm their recruiting staff, I definitely want to have that conversation. I definitely want to try to learn and get better. So when you go into the 2027 class and the 2028 class, you might approach things a little differently. Again, you're not going to know unless you ask to find out. And those are two type of kids that I'm sure would give you some straight up answers and honest answers as well. So again, you take a bummer situation, you try to learn from it and move forward. And that's what I'm sure Bet Bielema and all are going to do. So there you go, folks. JC Anderson heading to Ole Miss. Stay tuned. I got more coming your way. A lot more video as well. Things are really going to start ramping up now that, well, let's face it, 4th of July week, it's really kind of a dead week minus the commitments. Obviously, we're seeing a lot of commitments. A lot of FCS level kids are starting to commit, so that's interesting. We will see where that goes. But outside of that, it's kind of a dead week this week. The high school team camp shut down for the week. Everyone gets a week off. They'll report back and right after the 4th, that first Monday, Tuesday, after the 4th of July, which is this coming Friday. So might be a little quiet, but obviously, hopefully we'll get everything transferred over from Rivals to On3, get things reestablished and settled, and then boom, try to hit you over the head with everything I got. So there you go, folks. Have a good one. Talk to you soon.